What's up, guys? Welcome to day 150 of Grinding Until I Become a Millionaire. These are just my daily check-in videos where I talk about what I'm working on, how I'm getting richer, how I'm doing everything, how I'm doing. Not good. Just kidding. I'm doing fine. Anyway, it's kind of dark. I'm driving back. It's 3 a.m. and I was not as productive today as I should have been. I have a friend in town that we super close and awesome person. We went to a concert and then just kind of we all hung out. And it's very unlike me. Like, I think if you guys watch back through the 150 daily check-in videos, there's maybe one or two in there that I went out with friends and did something. And I think that that's typically quite a bit less than normal. I don't know. I don't know. But for me, it's like I don't like to do stuff like that. Like, I don't like to go out. I like to stay here. I like to work. I like to go through my checklist and my to-do list. And that's just what I like to do. But it was a really good day today. Like, everything worked out fine. And it was pressed. I had a networking meeting in the morning. This is a networking meeting I've been going to for the last few weeks, and everyone there is super great. It's not like a normal salesy networking meeting. It's like a breakfast mastermind, essentially. We get together and we talk about how we can make more money and make our businesses better, and I absolutely love it. Good topics, good people. There was somebody in there who she's starting up her own like woodworking business, essentially. So she sells her services, and and at one point she's like, I feel like you guys are all way over my head. And everyone's like, no, like, you're here, you're doing great. And I feel like that quite a bit. Like, I'm in way over my head, because like, who the hell am I to try and build a business and make money and all of that. But anyway, I did that this morning, came back, had a few phone calls, and then I edited a video. So yesterday I filmed a video, real estate video, for a kind of a partner that potentially could turn into a client. And I was like, hey, I'll come film this video for free. If you guys want to work together, you like it, like, we'll put something together. But for now, like, I'll just do this one-off thing. And I don't like to do one-off things, but I'll do this one-off thing. So did that and edited. One day turnaround was kind of the goal, because in the video she said that it goes live today, was her wording, and I should have thought about that, because one day turnaround is unheard of. You won't hear any videographer offering one day turnaround unless it's like a lot extra. But I stayed up until 2 the night before editing it, and then I spent another 4 or 5 hours editing it today. It's a big project, but I'm hoping that from doing this, they're gonna like it enough to, pay me $1,000 a month or $700 a month or something like that, so that it makes sense for me. Like, so it makes it worth my time that I did that. But I spent a lot of time editing that, and then I went to check out a podcast studio, and I brought this up yesterday. Should we start a podcast? Not a Future Millionaire podcast. I already have a Future Millionaire podcast. I'm talking about a podcast where I really interview business owners, where I get to build those connections. And this guy I think it's a great deal on the podcast. You go with your guest, you sit down, you get 3 hours of studio time, essentially. You get the filming, and that's the other thing. Like, I feel like just to have access to a space for, say, $500 a month would be a good deal. To get access to a space for $500 a month where you can film, get it edited, use not your own cameras, like, it, to me, it's bizarre that is a thing. Now, 500, like, the prices are higher, but figuratively speaking, it's a good freaking deal. And I checked it out, and I was extra impressed with everything. There's a few things that I would want to do a little bit differently in the structure and things like that. And but I looked at it, I like it. I'm gonna get going on that like next week. I think I'm gonna make sure I have enough money to pay my rent, which is coming up in a few days. need to look at that, make sure I've got some money coming in, but I need to make sure that I'm good. And that's what I told him. I was like, dude, like, I'm sold, you know, what do I need to do? And he's like, go to the website, buy the thing, I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I'm like, let me pay my rent first, make sure I have money, and when I have money, like, we'll be good. And he laughed, and like, maybe he thought I was joking. I was serious. But anyway, it's gonna be a cool thing. I've got to make sure that I can structure my time and manage it. But dude, like I said yesterday, I had 100 comments. Like, there's been more comments today. I'm probably at 130, 140 of business owners who are interested, who want to be on the podcast. It's like, wow, go figure. They want to talk about themselves and what they do. And so it's going to come down to how I am as a host and filtering out those business owners and those discussions. But where my goal with it isn't to build a big audience, because it's possible to build a big audience with a podcast, for sure. It's going to take years. That's the reality. Nobody's going to tell you that. It's going to take years. Yeah, it's going to take years. So, but for me, my goal isn't to build a big following with the podcast. I think it'll happen on the back end, but the main goal with it is to build connections. So it's going to absolutely help me do that. And I think with the skills that I have, and I'm pretty decent on camera, charismatic, all that, like, I could do a pretty good podcast. But again, that wouldn't be the main goal. And with that in mind, like, it makes a lot of sense to start it and do it and just pay the money for it. Like, let's say it costs me $1,000 a month. And if I interview 2 people in that month or 3 people in that month, and from that I get $1,000, let's say one $500 a month client. These aren't, like, that's not even a price point, but let's imagine I get one $500 a month client. That's going to eventually pay for the podcasting, right? So it just makes so much sense to me, and I'm really excited to start doing it and just get it going. Now, I checked that out. Then we went to the concert. Then I took Joey to the dog park, got some food, and then hung out with friends for a little bit. Okay, and now I'm headed home. 3 a.m. I'm tired. I got to go to sleep because I have another networking meeting tomorrow morning that I want to go to, but I don't know. Like, if I'm too tired, I'm not going to go. They're great. I get a lot of value from them, and I do need to go because I need to talk to this guy that was there last week. I didn't get a chance to connect with them. So I really do need to go, but I got to get up in 5 hours if I go to sleep right now. And the real estate video, dude, I was editing it. I was so close to finishing it. I really wanted to get it finished and uploaded to them so they can use it before I went to the concert, but it didn't happen. I tried to color grade the clips and use Stabilize on one of them on accident. Then Premiere kept crashing, and anyway, it was a big headache, and I finally got it. It's slowly uploading from my phone onto Google Drive. When I get home and I'm in Wi-Fi, I'll be able to get that uploaded and sent to them, and I think they'll like it. I can tell that she's pretty nervous about it because she had a hard time on camera. She's not super natural, and it was her first thing, so it's not going to be amazing. But I think what I was able to do with it did it justice, and like, I'm pretty happy with how it came out. So what I've learned over time is, like, here's where I'm always at with it. Like, if I'm happy with a project, I'm never level 10 happy. I'm like, fuck, I could have done this better. I could have done this better. I could have done this better. And so I'm like, all right, but you know what? It's pretty good. Or it's good enough to deliver, which for me is sometimes not a super high barrier, but okay, it's good enough to deliver. There we go. What I've learned is, like, if that's where I'm at with things, typically the client is up here. Like, I put together a video that I wasn't particularly happy with. It was a free video, and I just did it to build a relationship and put a story out there, and everyone loved it. And I'm like, whoa. And people are like, you're such a good videographer. And I'm like, I mean, I don't think so. Like, I can make a YouTube video, but I'm not a videographer. But anyway, it's interesting to just put work out there and feel the connection. So like, I think from that, I've gotten more people who want to work with me. Like this client saw that video and they were blown away with it. And they're like, well, how do we get you to create stuff like that for us? I'm like, if it's reoccurring, you got to pay me for it. But anyway, I had a really good discussion with my friend, and I'm not bragging. I don't know, in my head, like I'm doing okay. You know, I make some money from serving. I make some passive money from YouTube. I make some passive money from doing social media for clients. Like, it's starting to come together. It's all starting to come to play. I don't make serious money. Like, to me, at one of the meetings, this guy's like, I have rental property. Like, if you can afford rental properties, you're making some serious money. I'm not there yet. I'm not even close to that. But I'm at the point where I've worked at a real job at Olive Garden Tuesday for 5 hours, and that's it. I'm gonna work on Sunday, and that's it for the week, 2 days a week, because I'm doing all of these other things, and I'm able to build connections with people, and I'm able to try and grow a business. So anyway, there's a lot of moving pieces, and I've got to give myself a little bit more credit from time to time. But aside from that, I'm trying to think if there's a big takeaway. Going out to the concert and drinking and hanging out with friends is fun, but it's like, if it was anybody that I see on a regular basis, I wouldn't do it. I like the band, but I wouldn't do it. She lives in New Mexico, and it's like been over a year, almost a year and a half since we've seen each other, and so she's like, oh, I'm coming to town for the concert, you should go. And I'm like, okay. So anyway, those kind of things are important, and this friend has been super supportive no matter what. Like, she gave me the idea to do the social media business, and so anyway, it was really good to go through with her, like, everything that I'm working on and what's working, what's not working, what her thoughts are on it. And you gotta have, shit, I'm tired. You gotta have people like that in your corner. People who will tell you the truth no matter what, and people who will share ideas and give you feedback and just help you be the best version of yourself. I think there's a lot of people out there that don't actually want that for you. Like, they want the idea of that for you, but they don't actually want that for you. And so it's nice to have a couple of friends that I feel like do want that. So anyway, yeah, day 150, didn't make very much money at all, I don't think, and spent quite a bit of money. So we got to get that turned around in the next few days. We got to get some freaking money coming in. I should have $1,000 coming in from a client soon. But anyway, day 150. We'll see you guys tomorrow for day 151. Got a lot going on tomorrow, so I'm a few minutes from home. I'm going to turn this off, get it uploaded, get it edited, go to bed. So we'll see you guys tomorrow.